Lisa here, confession time. I slipped back into my workaholic ways by accident. And it was that slippery slope. Like you don't realize it's happening until all of a sudden someone calls you out on it. And that's exactly what happened. So we have this list of priorities of projects that we're going to do, and we have it out quarter by quarter by quarter. And then because, we're running a business and life happens and things happen, we'll put in like daily activities that need to happen onto our weekly list. So Kylie, my awesome right-hand woman, and I meet every week. And we'll pop in those regular running of the business type things. However, what was happening is I was sliding in regular running of the business type things onto the list that really weren't regular running of the business type things. They were really more like projects. But I was acting as if they weren't, because in my mind, they really weren't. Like this idea would come up and I would think, yeah, we could really get this done. And it won't take that much time. And I would just throw it on the list. And so all of a sudden, our weekly meetings started to feel more and more rushed. And our timeline started to get tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter. And I started to get a little more and more anxious, and I started to working more hours, and Kylie started working more hours. And it wasn't at all what I advocate to my clients. It wasn't the lifestyle I wanted. And then all of a sudden, I was having a conversation with a friend who was talking about everything she had on her list for a strategic planning meeting. And I thought, well, she'll never get all of that done. And then I was like, oh my gosh, that's the list I have for my meeting with Kylie. And then Kylie and I had a conversation and she's like, well, yeah, this has been going on for a while. So we needed to reassess. So if you find yourself in that spot, you are not alone. I slipped right back into it. So here's one of the things that we did. We took all our stuff. We dumped it all out there. What are some of the projects that we've been bumping for a couple months or longer? What was our quarterly project list? And we just reassessed everything that we had on our plate. Deleted a bunch of stuff, refigured timelines on things, and then reprioritized. Then made a vow, look, this is it. If we're adding anything else to our list, something else is coming off. That's just it, because we are all living in the real world where we have limited time and limited capacity. And because I know me, and I know that I'll fall back into my old ways very easily, I've built a ton of systems and processes to keep myself out of my old habits. I help clients do the very same thing. I reminded Kylie that part of her job is to push back on me when I'm being unrealistic on timeframes, when I am sending her an email at weird hours, or she notices things in Asana that is not during regular working hours, to remind me of what it is that I want to be as a business owner and what my values are, and to push back. So if you find yourself in that spot, you can follow some of those steps. Also, if you know that prioritizing can be tough for you, finding a time management system that works can be tough for you, and you like some help and you want it from someone who's not perfect, but who does know the right strategies and can recognize when things aren't going right and can help you on your path, I invite you to jump on my calendar and let's have a conversation to see if one-on-one coaching is your next best path forward.